I don't know why the Democrats lost. I don't understand. Why isn't she a great candidate? She combined several trends of thought here. Black, woman.
I've been watching a lot of cable lately because I'm so mad at the only good show on TV now is Star Trek. That's some good shit.
That's not a candidate. Those are, that's identity politics. That's one of the Democrats.
Those are elements.
So William Shatner, he made very little sense saying, she has a lot of, did he really, did I hear this correctly? He was like, a lot of schools of thought.
Yes.
And then he said black.
Yeah. There was two.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Great. Captain Moron has a plan. Why don't you tell it to Wingus and Dingus here?
Wingus, Dingus, listen up.
I seen him beam down to a planet. Ever see that episode where he fucked this green bitch? You got to be a horny motherfucker to fuck a green bitch.
We meet Captain Kirk, and I can see why he was excited about Kamala being a woman and being biracial, because if you remember Captain Kirk, he went after he went after that green chick. He did, you're right.
I like Captain Kirk and shit. Captain Kirk will fuck anybody.
And so, Shatner saw all that firsthand. But do you get a load of his cluelessness when he said she had so many things working for her? Black, woman, these are real things.
He sounds like a guy from back in the 60s. Like, hey, she's black. All right, cool, I'll bang it.
I mean, I ain't no racist, but if the bitch is green, there's something wrong with the pussy.
Okay, Mr.
Smith, Zap Smith, Brannigan.
Just check off the things you're looking for in a love partner.
Let's see. Oh, yes. Yes, definitely. Ooh, I'd like some of that. I'll just have everything on the menu.
Somewhere in the galaxy, there's a kid who looks like Captain Kirk and a Brussels sprout. So.
It's so true. And you know what? I didn't think of that, Joe. The idea of Star Trek, it was so ahead of its time, and it was multiracial in the casting and everything.
He be fucking, the music be going dun 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 boom 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 dun 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 dun.
Now that's a wave of destruction that's easy on the eyes.
What do you think when you see Shatner impressionists who do the I mean, it's like
I'm gonna tell you the funniest thing about that I've ever had. I mean, I'd say to my wife, "Is that me?"
And now, as a solemn testicle to those left behind on Earth, I present this monument, titled simply, Heroes.
They used to say if a man could fly, he'd have wings. But he did fly. He discovered he had to. Do you wish that the first Apollo mission hadn't reached the moon?
I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing. I don't talk like that.
Mr. Spock, my friend, we've got to do something.
As you can tell, I don't talk like that.
Let Spock handle it.
And this story comes out on the day. Only on the fifth. It didn't write it like the way I write. It just wrote it the way it thinks I talk.
Hey, right now, Loblaws is having a huge frozen food sale.
I knew we'd have jokes. I knew it. Well, you gave me the hot strap-on lead-in, so I had a lot of work to do. I tossed it up for you.
So neat and painless, you've had no reason to stop it.
So neat and simple that you've had no reason to stop it.
And you've had it for 500 years.
And you've had it for 500 years. See, Seth MacFarlane's very funny. He's a very funny man. Every so often, comics tell a joke in a club, and the joke doesn't go over, and they say, I'm here until Thursday, or something like that. That's what Seth needs to have done on that impression. I'm here until Thursday, folks. Thank you very much.
And I don't talk that way.
No, not at all.
You can get tremendous value on over...
Actually, sir, I'm a little nervous about meeting her family.
Well, that's natural. After all, you're meek and uninteresting. Until now, you've gotten by on my leftover charisma, scrounging off it like a tiny charisma parasite.
my question is, through your career and your writing and your acting, you've inspired so many people to enter the sciences. How do you balance science with science fiction?
They're both the same.
Well, that we hadn't gone on to Mars and then to the nearest star. That's like saying you wish that you still operated with scalpels and sewed your patients up with catgut, like your great-great-great-great-grandfather used to.
So, Chatbox, okay? So you could tell Chatbox, write me a story in the way of Edgar Allan Poe, and whatever it is.
Sure.
And it says on a dank morning with
Sure.
a cloud overhanging.
Right.
And it gives you what. So I said to it, write me this story of having an interview with Bill Maher. Write me the story in a Shatner way.
A well-calculated move, straight out of Sun Tzu's classic text, The Art of War, or my own masterwork, Zap Brannigan's Big Book of War.
It's cyclical, everything is the same, it all works in the same way. Anyway, the mystery of science fiction is what I'm talking about. Science and science fiction are essentially the same. Thank you very much.
He's William Shatner. It's not like he was Shakespeare. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Shit be getting all fucked up. Mr. Scott, I like him. He made me laugh. He never cool and shit. He's the opposite of Spock. The shit be all fucked up, and Mr. Scott say, "Captain, my ship can't take much more of this, sir. She's about to blow."
Why do people do impressions of me? I don't know. They think they're being funny, and I guess some of them are, but every time it happens, I nudge my wife, who's usually sitting beside me, and I say, "What are they doing?" And she says, "They're doing an impression of you." And I don't see it. I don't see it.
So, but I do like Shatner. Look, he's 93. He should not be talking about who's president. He should be running for president.
Also promote shared prosperity and inclusive growth across the region.
Oh, and have the boy lay out my formal shorts.
The boy, sir?
You lay out my formal shorts.
It doesn't even look like me. Come on. You're beginning to annoy me, Max. Okay.
Gif, crouch down and shield my thighs from the cold, for God's sake.
Internal consultations aiming at aligning this project with national priorities and other bilateral and regional commitments.
And then when you calculate all the mathematical calculations, we all know what I'm talking about, that there's got to be life burgeoning in every corner of the universe. You just know it.
At ease, darling. Honored guests. And Kif, one of a captain's many superpowers is the ability to conduct marriage. So I will now join myself in holy macaroni.
But risk is our business. The amazing part about Jason's impression is he knows the dialogue. He's memorized.
That's got a nice feel to it.
That the thing that we don't see, the dark matter that we don't see, has got to have some life in it. There's got to be elements of life in dark matter, dark energy. There's got to be life in it.
Sir, there's an Omicronian ship requesting safe passage home.
Home, eh? That's where I live. Let him through the blockade. I'm anticipating.
Dr. McCoy is right in pointing out the inherent risk in dealing with any alien species.
You know, I know Jason rather well. I've invited him 3 times to Monday Night Football at my house, and he's been busy or he's turned me down, so I'm not inviting him anymore. So that's probably why he's doing this impression, which is not bad.
I'm anticipating an all-out tactical dogfight, followed by a light dinner. Ravioli, ham, Sunday bar.
He looks great in the uniform. So it looks so good, he can do anything he wants. That's how good he looks in it.
That's poppycock. These people are perfectly free to do anything they like.
His interpretation of me lacks a certain masculinity.
Kif, I'm headed to the men's room and I'll be needing an attendant, so... Oh, I'm sorry. You're crying like a woman.
Don't get left out on the cold. Come on in and stock up that freezer.
He's William Shatner. He's talking. And when sometimes the lines aren't as obvious to him, he slows down. Becomes more deliberate in his approach. Until he gets her, then he's back spinning up again and talking.
See, Bruce Campbell's an actor, and he knows that actors, me anyway, what the hell is the next word? Oh, I can remember the next word. And he's right.
She's built like a steakhouse, but she handles like a bistro.
I didn't fully grasp that until the captain. Then I grasped that in the making of this, and I now know that I've got to be on guard because I'm going to find out stuff that I don't know. So I've got I got to do the research. It's a learning process that I'm so excited about.
Wait a minute. A guy is going to do an impression of me for an audition to be on a show? This I have got to see.
My toupee flies off in the face of a small girl.
He's a
Kif, I'm sensing a very sensual disturbance in the Force. Prepare for ship-to-ship intimacy.
50 frozen food items, frozen vegetables, frozen meat entrees, frozen concentrated juices, ice cream. If it's frozen, you can save plenty.
He's a child.
I'm talking like this because my girdle is killing me.
This kid's got to go back to preschool. He's too young. This is a toddler doing an impression of me. Well, that's an insult. It's an insult. Why would he do that? Did he get the job?
Loblaws frozen food sale. Another reason why more than the price is right. Does he work here?
It's telling a story, only it's visual. And I'm discovering, you're seeing me. What I think is the key to what I'm doing is to see me discover what it is I'm trying to tell you.